ton.
A lot
But
of, a lot of mid shit, Steve.
yeah, which makes it easier to swim through. But man, I've watched quite a few 90s podcasts and retro shows.
Mm-hmm.
And something that they never mentioned, somebody that's never brought up, is Ernie Reyes Jr. But today we're going to talk about some Ernie Reyes Jr.
It's a damn shame, Steve.
Damn shame.
He's prolific. I mean, as far as whatever, I don't even. He's like an action sort of, because he was like a stunt guy, right?
He was a stunt guy. He was a child actor. I mean, the man's done a lot within like 20 years.
He was in The Last Dragon, for God's sake. He
Yeah,
started off with a bang,
that
and
was his
just
first movie.
then Ninja Turtles, Surf Ninjas. I know he was in that weird movie with The Rock and Sean William Scott.
He was in that?
Yeah, he was like, it was, hard. He didn't look like Ernie Reyes. He was all tatted up and stuff and looking kind of older, but yeah, dude, he's still like maintaining. He's a legit badass now. Do a Last Dragon reboot. Ernie Reyes is in it. He's carrying on the legacy, dude. Timax still kind of looks the same too. So, but I'm with it. Ernie Reyes, dude, he was a huge part of my childhood just because he played Keno.
I mean, he was in Red Sonja, which the film wasn't great, but he got the co-star with Arnold, man. As a kid, the same year he was in The Last Dragon, he was in Red Sonja with the Schwarzenegger.
Damn, I forgot he was in that. He was a child. He was a legit child actor. They had him going hard in like physical action movies from what, 6, 7 years old?
As a kid, man, I was trying to figure out my shapes.
Yeah. I barely figured out maybe baseball at that point. I wasn't a black belt in freaking multiple martial arts. He was great, dude. As a kid, kicking ass.
Rush Hour 2? I didn't even know he was in that.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't even place that.
His name was Zing.
Zing. Great. That's how you do it. Get in there. If you're a Mexican guy, you're Carlos 5,000 times. If you're an Asian guy, you're Zing or some combination of that.
And he was Donatello. He was the stunt double.
Yeah, I mean, he was in the suit. He got to do it all. And then he got to be in the movie, which was even better. He was such a cool, like, add-on for that second movie. Yeah, dude. Keno, Ernie Reyes, give him all the props. And if you don't, he's going to fucking snap kick you in the mouth.
This is Steve G and Mad G with Happened in the 90s, a show where we talk about what happened in the 90s. So get out your Jerky Boys tapes and your Beastie Boys posters. Because you're gonna die for your government, die for your country, that shit. You're gonna die for your government, die for your country, that shit. You're gonna die.
How long could he go?
You're gonna. Well, today, my friend, we're talking all things August 20th in the 90s. Starting off in 1990, Prince releases the Graffiti Bridge soundtrack. Love it.
Love it.
Love it. It's not Purple Rain, and you can't compare to Purple Rain. It's considered one of the greatest albums ever. But man, this fit for the times for me. No pun intended, because it does have some Morris Day in it, but it's a lighter Purple Rain. Purple Rain's pretty dark if you get into it, man. It's got Clarence Williams III, which you add him to anything, it gets dark. But Graffiti Bridge, man, it's got that New Jack sound. You know, Terry, Jimmy Jam.
Was it the Batman soundtrack? To me, no.
No.
This, I mean, I'm kind of hit or miss on Prince. Sometimes I dig it and sometimes I don't. This one didn't hit me as hard as it did you. There's a couple hitters on it, and I love hearing more like The Time. I think Tevin Campbell's on this. Who else? Somebody else is on this.
This introduced us to Tevin Campbell, man. It's actually
George Clinton's on this.
Yeah, that's your guy.
That's my guy. So if it's got shit like that, I do like Prince, but I don't know. He's not my like favorite uh you know, singer or like artist, whatever you want to call him. But and this isn't my favorite album, but salute. I know you like it apparently. Did
Yeah,
you like this? What was this? A movie?
it was a movie. It was supposed to be a sequel to Purple Rain in a way, but yeah, man. Like I said, this introduced us to Tevin Campbell, and it was my favorite song on the album, Round and Round. And I think he has a feature on another song, man. But yeah,
New Power Generation was tight too, and I think that is actually the name of his band, wasn't it?
it was one of them. He's had quite a few names for his bands.
Well, that one was tight. So, yeah, shout out to Prince. Rest in peace.
And that following year, 1991, Vanessa L. Williams releases The Comfort Zone. In the Comfort Zone.
I was not listening to this back then, Steve. Listen to it. Watch some videos. Got a lot of very 90s videos on this catalog.
Vanessa Williams, I would expect that. She's a very 90s singer. Like her music can be heard on the elevator in malls.
Yeah. Comfort Zone video, very weird though. There's like she's in a desert, there's portal doors opening up, there's a guy with like a suit jacket and no shirt on, or maybe just had no shirt. I don't know. It's just a lot of weirdness. But it's an R&B video, so you're allowed.
90s R&B at that, yeah.
But yeah, dude, I mean, definitely probably some people our age now doing some really romantic fugs into this album, Steve. I will.
Saving the best for last. And the future ex Mrs. Rick Fox, she was the first black Miss America, I believe. And then they had to take her title because she did some shoots with Playboy back in the 80s.
Oh, what?
Yeah.
Know that. Vanessa.
But
they took her title because she did Playboy?
Yeah, showing them tatas.
Well, God bless. I say give her another award.
But save the best for last, man, and that's an eternal classic.
Yeah, it's never going away. I mean, that's basically every wedding at least is going to get that.
Something. But in 1993, a Hard Target premieres. A woman hires a drifter as her guide through New Orleans in search of her missing father. In the process, they discover a deadly game of cat and mouse behind his disappearance. Directed by John Woo, starring Jean-Claude Van Damme, Lance Henriksen, Yancey Butler, and Wilford Brimley.
I love this movie, Steve.
Me
I'm
too.
here for this movie. John Woo and Jean-Claude, yes. Jean-Claude playing a Cajun guy with a luscious mullet, absolutely.
Chance Boudreaux.
Yeah, Boudreaux. He's walking up. It's a match made in heaven. I guess like French Belgian people maybe kind of sound Cajun too, so this is a great acting turn from him too. But I love 90s action movies where there's a town that's so unruly. There can be open muggings, rapes on a car.
Yeah.
New Orleans was popping back in the 90s, Steve. You can do it was the Wild West.
It's still a scary place.
I mean, I've been there. I can agree with that. But yeah, I got even Lance Henriksen, dude. He's walking around. He's a badass. And he's got this weird gun that you can only shoot one. It's got one bullet, Steve.
Man.
I always thought, even as a kid, I was like, that is just unwieldy. That's not the best weapon to have as like a villain. You need 2 shots at least.
Speaking of Lance Henriksen, so the original cut was going to have him featured more in the clips or whatever throughout the movie, but Jean-Claude had his own editor, and he told the execs that they came to see a Jean-Claude Van Damme movie, not a Lance Henriksen movie.
Oh, dang. Okay.
Which is true. He's not lying.
Yeah, he ain't from Brussels. He ain't got muscles, Steve. He's got a gun with 1 bullet in it.
He was never on Arsenio. Jean-Claude was.
Dude, I don't know if he was, but Wilford Brimley's in this. I love that too. I love seeing Wilfred just not in a diabetes commercial. It's great.
Yeah, especially as a Cajun.
Yeah, he threw it. He tried, Steve. He gave it a shot.
His Cajun uncle, Wilford Brimley. It would suck if I died from a crossbow from a fat man with diabetes.
Yeah, that's tough. Especially when there's all these like badasses in the mix. You get off by Wilford Brimley, it's like,
If I had to pick,
no.
I'd rather get shot by a spry person, somebody who can run a mile about 10, 15 minutes.
I want to get snap kicked by Jean Claude and like fall on a spike, like some kind of like sharp shit, something crazy. Wilford Brimley just getting up, like, and he's like getting up old man status where he's like, like, no.
He did that one hitter quitter though, man. That scene was lit when everything blew up, took down all the henchmen. But there's a scene when Jean-Claude does a front flip with the gun in his hand before he shoots Lance Hendrickson.
Hell yeah, dude. You got to throw a little sauce on it. You got to throw a cherry on top, Steve.
With gun in.
Always be prepared. He's a Boy Scout. And I have one. I just thought this was hilarious because we know how badass John Woo is. At this point in time, Hollywood really didn't know John Woo that much. So they actually hired Sam Raimi just to sort of look over his shoulder to make sure he didn't F this up. And it's like, that's hilarious.
Because of his broken English.
But yeah, dude, I got nothing bad to say about Hard Target. I thought maybe this is going to be one of those where you watch it and you remember it being good as a kid and it's not. But no, no notes. More Wilford Brimley, to be honest. You throw a little extra on that.
Yeah, it's definitely no Masters of the Universe. But on that same day in 93, Surf Ninjas premieres. Two brothers with the secret power of starting fires with their minds.
No,
that's the wrong one.
That ain't it, Steve.
That's totally not it. Surf Ninjas.
I can read it.
Yeah, please.
Two California teenagers discover they are heirs to a distant island kingdom and must embrace their destiny to save it from a dictator. Hilarity doesn't ensue, Steve.
Directed by Neil Israel, starring Ernie Reyes Jr., Rob Schneider, Tone Loc, John Carlin, Ernie Reyes Sr., and Leslie Nielsen.
Ernie Reyes Sr.?
Ernie Reyes Sr.
I didn't even know that was a thing. And Leslie Nielsen. Let's emphasize that because I forgot he was in this movie, Steve.
They weren't supposed to be taken serious. I realized that. I forgot Leslie Nielsen was in the movie, let alone the villain. So when they made that casting decision, they were like, oh, this is supposed to be lighthearted. Like, these villains aren't really villains. They could, throw a banana peel in their way and they'll slip.
Yeah. It almost has like a Mighty Morphin Power Rangers feel to it in terms of like the cheese factor. But, and this bothered me as a kid. And I got to just point it out. There is a point in the, like, it's a joke in the movie. Tone Loc's like I forget what he is exactly, but he gets handcuffed, Steve. Swallows, and his way out of it is he says he swallows a handcuff key every day just in case he gets like caught up so that he can get out of it. And it bothered me as a kid. And then I remembered it watching this again. And I was like, one, what?
Yeah.
And two, so you just dug out of some shit to get out of this handcuff situation?
For when it happens, that's a very difficult daily routine.
Yeah. And I mean, ain't that a rough go? You got to dig the key out every day also. So it's just, I mean, it's like having insurance, Steve. You never use it until you need it. So
very true.
I guess I'm going to start swallowing a handcuff key. I've talked myself into it. Thanks, Tone.
Yeah, touche, Mr. Loc. But early 90s, man, we really had a hard on for ninja shit. Ninja Turtles, Three Ninjas, Surf Ninjas.
Yeah, it's and I think it was because of like Ninja Turtles, obviously. It was like if you put ninjas in it and there's kids, it's gonna work. And in this case, I gotta say, man, I used to think Three Ninjas was of like this, not Ninja Turtle movies, like this versus Surf Ninjas, where Three Ninjas was my favorite. I'm gonna go back on that.
Really?
Ernie Reyes, just the amount of Ernie Reyes we get, and Ernie Reyes in this, like his age in this, he looks so freaking cool, bro. The long hair, the
You know who doesn't? You know who doesn't though?
Bob Schneider, he had to get in. It's not they needed a star, and that was as good as it got, other than Leslie Nielsen, Steve, who they're
Dude,
hiding half of his face. I didn't get that either.
dude, it's ridiculous how much Schneider was killing it. In 92, he was in Home Alone. And then the same year in 93, he did this and Demolition Man.
Damn. Yeah, I mean, he was the go-to to like bring in from SNL. He was
Of
never
all,
a main guy, but it was like Stallone, Schneider. It's just like, okay, we need a little comic relief. Get Schneider. And for a while, I was all for it. I love Copy Guy. You
and,
know?
and wasn't he in Judge Dredd, too? I feel like he
Is
was.
he in Demolition Man? Did you fuck? Because he's definitely in Judge Dredd.
Maybe, man, I feel like he was in both, but maybe he was just Judge Dredd.
It's very close. I mean, you could definitely get him mixed up, but yeah, but regardless of if he was in both those movies, he was definitely. It's not cool I hate seeing him in movies like now.
Yeah.
Um, but you know, that's the Hollywood thing that'll never go away. We'll make this movie, but I need somebody who I know their name, and nobody knew who Ernie Reyes was, Steve.
Unfortunately. But on that same day in 93, Wilder Napalm premieres. Now, two brothers with the secret power of starting fires with their minds reunite after years apart, only to find conflict with their differing lifestyles. Directed by starring Deborah Winger, Dennis Quaid, Arliss Howard, Emmett Walsh, and Jim Varney.
It was directed by the creator of Moonlighting, Steve.
Directed by Glenn Gordon Caron.
Strange movie. This is definitely indicative of this time where they were taking big swings. And the one thing that stuck with me in this, watching it, I didn't know the guy who played Smalls in Sandlot, like as an adult, the dude in the booth, like announcing baseball games, ever acted in anything but the end of the Sandlot. But he's in this, Steve. He's the other brother.
Wow. Such a deep cut, man.
That more than anything, that's what I walked away. I was like, holy shit, Smalls got some work. Hell yeah.
Yeah, very weird, man. And Deborah Winger was being a Jezebel. That's really, I could turn things to fire with my mind. I don't know.
Yeah, it was just like a lot to put in a movie. It was brother on brother, like competition to get this chick. There's all the comedy that ensues from that. And then, yeah, they're just pyro guys that can create fire with their thoughts. Okay. All right. Sure.
Yeah, dude.
Another bump. Let me do another bump and I'll tell you if that's a good idea or not.
And Arliss Howard gets his wife back in the end. It's like, bitch, I don't want you no more. You try to fuck my brother. You
Yeah.
fuck my brother.
You know what's the big, and I just looking at my notes, you know who wrote this movie, Steve?
Mr. Breaking Bad.
Yeah. Yeah. What?
Yeah.
Vince Gilligan who wrote all these hit shows. He wrote this?
This was the beginning, I think.
Man. Salute to Vince, dude. Vince Gilligan, legend. I would not expect this to come from his pen, but you got to start somewhere, Steve.
Yeah. And that following year, 1994, Weird Science is airing season 2, episode 3, The Most Dangerous Wish. Feeling unappreciated, Lisa makes Gary and Wyatt's video game too challenging, and Lisa gets kidnapped by the game's villain.
This is the episode. If I tried to remember this show before we ever rewatched it, this is the one I remember.
Really?
Yeah, because I always remember when they're playing Pong at the end of it with the thing, the little like sperm guy or whatever his name is.
Xanthrax.
Anthrax. That's a pretty cool name, actually. But I also rewatching this because we've been having to kind of like rely on this show throughout the summer. Man, it's crazy they had more than one season because there is literally only so many things you can do unless it's like I wish for some macaroni and cheese and then it went horribly wrong. It's, you know, it's always the same plot. Wish for something, it's fucked up.
There's actually a lot you can do with this. I mean, she can clean up pee as you piss your pants.
I mean, I like that part of it where you just get to see all like the possibilities, but in terms of storylines, I don't know. But like I said, this one I'm into it because it's video game related, and hey, we get some Lisa. You know, we always want Lisa. That's actually probably was like the only rule that they had for the show. Like, there's no non-Lisa episodes.
And Lisa, as she does, she pops up just without announcing. She doesn't need to. She's their creation, and she has a gift for Gary and Wyatt. So they open up the gift, and it's CD-ROM Death Force. It's not even out yet.
Pre-release CD-ROM Death Force, Steve.
This game sucks.
Did I just come in my pants? This game does look like it sucks.
Mortal Kombat's already out. Street Fighter 2 is already out. Blows this out of the water. You're not even, they didn't even fill in the characters. You're just like fighting like outlines of characters.
Yeah, and a roided out tadpole with some tats on his chest. I don't get it. I don't like the octopus like look, but they love video games. They're nerds. So instead of hanging out with this big titty goddess that they got hanging out with them all the time, they decide to just go deep into Death Force, Steven. We've all been here.
Oh, I've seen it. I've been a part of it.
Ocarina of Time came out. Fuck titties.
Halo 2.
Yeah. Any game. Any game in the early 2000s. But they're going in hours, Steve. They're putting in the work because Death Force apparently is that shit. It didn't look good to me either, but hey.
This game sucks. And Lisa's just sitting there. She's frustrated. She wants to do something, go to the mall, get her nails did, get her hair did, something just to get out the house. And they're ignoring Lisa. It's like, man, we got to get to this next level. Then we'll get back to you.
Yeah. Also, can you go get us some snacks, please? And some drinks?
Yeah.
Please?
Show your tits.
Yeah, that's my thing with this is like, you've created her. Can't you put a rule into like the code where it's like you're showing up just butt ass?
Start an OnlyFans, bitch.
That's the kind of pervert I am as a kid. If I'm Gary or Wyatt, I'm like, hey, right in, she's always got her tits out, at least, please.
They could have had a story arc of them pimping her out. That would have been cool.
Yeah, like, I mean, definitely go darker with this show because I could think of a lot of storylines then.
Yeah.
I impregnated him. Dude, you gave her herpes again?
Again, she can just make it disappear. And she's getting frustrated just watching them play video games, eating Little Debbie's cakes. And Gary pisses his pants. She's like, Lisa, you want to do something about this? She just dries the piss and gets rid of that out of his pants. I don't know how that works, but she's a computer creation. So they beat the game. And he's like, wait, hold up. There's more levels to this. There's only 10 levels. We're supposed to get more. Hey, Lisa, do something about this.
Yeah. Also, more. I just pissed again. Dry that up, please.
Yeah, get the brown out of my seat.
So she's like, okay, you guys don't understand. Taking this for granted. So I guess you're gonna find out. They effed around, Steve, and they're about to find out. She disappears. They think everything's normal. Like, it's her fucking problem. Must be her time of the virtual month.
Yeah, but that bitch gonna get us the rest of those levels. Shit, give me this half-ass beta copy.
We all have free America Online discs, Lisa. I want some real shit here, please. Not the pitball game that comes with the computer. All right.
And the next day in school, Gary and Wyatt, they're walking in the hall. Then all of a sudden, a fireball shoots out to Gary, like through his chest.
Just straight, I mean, zings him, Steve. It almost is like a heat-seeking missile. And they realize they're in the game. This ain't a joke. Lisa wasn't playing around. This is the next level. Meanwhile, Gary just got a hole in his midsection. You know? He's pretty calm about it, too.
Xanthrax is here. Somehow, some way, they make it back home. Wyatt has to carry Gary. They see Lisa making sandwiches. Hey, Lisa's just like, you wanted to play more levels, so that's what I got you. But look, Gary has a hole in his gut, bitch.
Yeah. You being pissy right now, Lisa? You being pissy? Wyatt's got an ass in his cock.
Give him shit.
Gary's got an ass in his cock. So Gary's like, check this out. He shows that he's got a fucking hole in his midsection. He's dying, Steve.
And the character Xanthrax is now at their house, and he ends up ripping Wyatt's head off. But just like in the video game, they get extra lives.
Yep. They actually get 5 lives each, just like in the video game. Lisa's like, man, I thought you guys were good at this game. It's like, bitch, this guy ripped my head off.
Yeah.
It looked cheesy as hell, too. It looked like he was made out of Laffy Taffy. I love that.
They approach Chet because they have this 7-foot monster in their house, and he's like, "What do you pucker puffs want? Look, Chet, we need you to kill a 7-foot monster, and like it's just wreaking havoc. I mean, you won't hear them heavy ass footsteps."
I've been waiting for this day my whole fucking life. This he has, Steve, because he leads them to like because they're rich. They have like a fucking garden in the middle of their house. He pulls up like a Sarah Connor drop cloth, and he's got a lot of tools hidden there, Steve. He's got a flamethrower. He's got a couple of grenades, all the machine guns. He's ready for January 6th.
Exercising his constitutional rights.
You pussies want me to blow this thing away, or you want to cry about gun rights?
Don't tread on me.
Anyway, here, hold this. So Chet usually kind of a pussy in this show, but when it comes to just blowing something away, hell yeah, he's down.
But he's still a pussy because once he gets to Xanthrax, he doesn't even do anything. He's just approaching him. He's got this whole arsenal in his backpack. And
that's being light, though. He arsenal in his backpack. He's loaded to bear, Steve. He's loaded down so much he can't even walk. He's got all the guns on him. Leave a couple behind the fucking corner or something.
And Xanthrax just pushes him over. And he's like, he just wimps out. Like
he's like a turtle on his back of his shell, Steve. He's useless.
That's why you got discharged, Chet.
Yeah, dude. Should have fucking pulled a pin on my grenade and just taken one for the team like that dude in Terminator 2.
This thing has teeth, too. I don't know.
I don't like the way it just looks weird. It looks slimy. It looks like it smells gross. But yeah, Xanthrax, he's all over the place. Chet, he's no match for him. He's sitting there just like squirming around on his back. Lisa shows up. And thankfully, this time at least, she's being a little bit helpful because she's got some blasters, Steve. She's got some laser pistols.
Yeah, and first, they apologize, and they need to recognize Lisa's input. They need her. So they apologize. She gives them the laser blasters, and they take away each other's lives, one after another. And then Lisa stops them like, look, if you get down to your last life, that's it. Done. Going to the upper room.
And I think they've made it so they both only have one life left, Steve, because they got super petty and were just blasting each other for, not sharing a piece of bubble gum at one point. It was getting pretty ridiculous. But Xanthrax bursts in, takes Lisa, doesn't do anything to them, thankfully, and just goes back into the computer, Steve. Game over.
Yeah. Let's go into the computer and get her. Oh, yeah, genius. Yeah, because we got to make ourselves small. We're not Urkel.
So they got to figure this out. How do they get in the computer, Steve? They don't got Lisa to snap her titties. So they're sitting around moping. All of a sudden they hear Lisa. She appears someplace. She's like, look, you guys got to get here. There's a door someplace. I smell brownies. I think she's having a stroke, to be honest with you, but that's all they got. Then Xanthrax is like, I got your bitch.
She smelled like heat flashes.
Yeah. Fuck you guys. So that's all they got to work with. But they do some power of deductive reasoning, Steve, and they get to the oven. That was my first thought. I think it was their second thought. But the oven, there is a little door back there, but they got to crawl. Very unwieldy technology we're working with here. You got to crawl through an oven door, Steve? What the?
Yeah, and
This
it takes Gary through this portal that Lisa warns them about as he's going into the portal. Like, no, you can't go through that door. So Wyatt does everything he can to pull him out of there.
And I forgot to say that while she's in the computer, for some reason, Lisa's powers, she has none, Steve. So now they're in computer realm. Very much like, remember that movie? There was like a show called like, man, I don't even remember. I'm stupid, so I'm gonna just go past that. But they're in this computer world. They're in the video game. Kind of simplistic, but I think Xanthrax comes out of nowhere and is like challenges them to the game of their choice.
Well, he was going to come in and just beat their ass and probably kill them.
That's
But Lisa chimes in and she was like, look, they're just defenseless teens. They're unarmed. Like, you call yourself this monster, like pick on somebody your own size kind of deal, or challenge them to something where you guys are equals.
I'm not going to challenge them to a jack-off competition, okay? Xanthrax doesn't work that way. But she basically calls him a pussy. These are kids. So he's like, pick the game. So they're left up to their wiles. And Wyatt, because he's a super nerd, I think it's like a Ghostbusters situation where it's kind of like whatever you think. Wyatt comes up with Pong, Steve. 3D Pong, which honestly, when you see it happening, I want to play this.
Like that, yeah.
Yeah, that'd be cool. But as far as like a life and death situation with the sperm, it is what it is. But we're here now. It's Turbo Pong, which I guess is harder. And it's Wyatt and Gary versus Xanthrax, destroyer of Pong.
And Xanthrax scores in no time. They're like, well, what score are we going up to? 2.
Son of a bitch.
And
so, I mean, it gets pretty crazy, Steven. I like the Gary's just like Hail Mary, where he just fucking gives it all up, throws the little whatever you want to call it paddle thing, and destroys. They end up winning, Steve. Spoiler alert. And I like Xanthrax having like really good gamesmanship though, where he's like, all right, we're cool.
Yeah.
Good game, guys.
Yeah, he's a good sport. And now back to the house. Lisa, they're talking about, hey, Lisa, get us some root beer floats and some sandwiches. She's like, no,
bitch.
Get your own.
And Gary's like, I'm just kidding, Lisa. I'll get them. Here's a little whipped cream for your teas.
And in 1996, Anti-Flag releases Die for the Government. And I know, Matt, that this is not your bag, but I only wanted to talk about the title track because my first band that I was ever in, we covered that song. And yeah, we had so much fun. I had fun performing that, man, because it's pretty simplistic. It's a lot of, you're gonna die for your government, die for your country, that shit.
Yeah, it's not my thing, but I love that I didn't know they were from Pittsburgh. And I love the message. The message is still resoundingly what I want to hear about. So, and I love that you did a little cover of it too. But, it's tough. It's a tough one.
At 16, man.
Please Stay in the USA is a good ass song. Right?
In that following year, 1997, South Park is airing season 1, episode 2, Volcano. The kids go hunting with the rather trigger happy Jimbo and Ned. Little do they know that a volcano is on the verge of erupting.
Hey, Steve. I love Jimbo, dude. He was one of my favorite characters in like these first episodes. I didn't realize they introduced Ned and Jimbo so quickly, though. This was episode 2.
Did Ned die?
I think he's one of those characters that they just don't use anymore. I'm sure he pops up every once in a while. They just relied on they branched out a lot once the technology got to the point where I think it was a little easier to make episodes. And then some of these characters kind of got thrown by the wayside.
And the kids are going hunting with Uncle Jimbo and Ned, and they're picking up Cartman. His mom is just on them, just doting. Don't forget to wipe with poison ivy.
Yeah,
Or
he's
don't
getting,
wipe.
don't wipe with poison ivy. Don't ever wipe with poison ivy.
Yeah.
Just a good lesson for everybody out there. And so he's getting the shit from all the kids because his mom's like, "Oh, I love you, little honey bunny," and stuff like that, which you just never wanted as a kid. So he's getting shit for that. But Ned's here. He's taking care of these kids. I love that. He's taking them out hunting. And he's explaining the rules of hunting, Steve, which are don't ever walk with the gun unless the safety's on. Don't ever shoot something that looks human. That makes sense, right? Never spill your beer in the bullet chamber. So I don't know if that really applies to the kids. And then the last one, probably the most important one, hunting sober is like fishing.
Sober. Yeah.
Which is basically, I've seen this in real life. So it's basically the rules of the road. Kids are ready to go, Steve.
And Stan's like, we don't drink beer. I like chocolate milk. Yeah, whatever. Take a gun and a beer and some smokes. And
I just like that. I like the adults are like, you guys don't drink?
Yeah. And Cartman, he's telling the bullshit story about him being in Nam. You weren't in Nam, dude.
Yeah, it just reminds me of like when I was in Vietnam going down to Nang. Cartman's so great in these early episodes. So later, Stan says that after they go hunting here, Jimbo and Ned are going to take him out to like Africa or something to go hunting, catch some bigger stuff. And Cartman says that Cartman just adds on to that. He's like, my mom says there's a lot of black people in Africa. That's it.
Yeah. I mean, typically he's right. But like now it's time to hunt, and they see a bear. They shoot the bear, and Uncle Jimbo's like, "It was coming right for us."
And Ned. Then the kids are like, "What the hell? It wasn't coming right for us." And Ned's like, "Look, man, because of the Democrats, we kind of have to have a reason to shoot these things. So if you see something, all you have to do is yell, 'It's coming right for us,' and then you can shoot it without any repercussions at all, Steve. Bird, bunny, it doesn't matter. If it's coming right for you, self-defense.
It's a deer. It's coming right after us." But Cartman is loving this. Now a rabbit shows up. 5 o'clock. Let's move.
And so stands up. It's his turn to kill something, but he's like little Mad G's, Steve. Couldn't do it. Can't do it. Feels too bad. So he's a pussy. And then Cartman's like, he basically says that. And then here's where it gets a little dangerous. The kids armed fully with these guns are like, "I'll fucking kill you. I'll fucking shoot you, motherfucker."
No nephew of mine is going to be a tree hugger. And I think, this is our first time seeing Randy Marsh. We cut to him at work, and he's on the phone. He's like, "Yeah, the needle's moving really fast. What does that mean?" "Yeah, it's smoking." "Really? A volcano?"
Holy shit. Yeah, he's like a geologist, I think. He's just in a geology office, Steve.
I don't know how he got that job.
I like how he says he's like a volcano. Crazy.
We cut back to the kids. Cartman's weenie won't cook. So Ned throws some gas on the fire and ends up setting himself on fire. And then the car blows up.
Yeah. Well, that's the old Indian trick to make your fire bigger, Steve. Pour some gas on it. That's what the old Native Americans used to do back in the day. So they're out of car. Ned's pissed because he just got that. It looked like a Humvee, Steve. He's out a few $100,000. So we cut to the nighttime. We cut to the daytime now. And we cut to the mayor's office. And, I think Chef's talking about maybe just you can't stop serving Salisbury steak. And he's right. You need that. But she thinks oh no, Randy calls and she gets this news, but she thinks he's like a gynecologist or something.
And they let Randy come in and he tells her that the mountain's about to erupt. And it's like, how bad is it? He shows her a chart and he's like, this is where we are right now. And it just says totally screwed.
Yeah, they're at the top of that list. And now the mayor's in panic mode because she's got to call all the shows. She's got to get the news out, but she's more concerned about being on camera. Cut back to the camp, and Jimbo's telling everybody, or Ned's telling everybody, how Jimbo lost his arm. Which I mean, you gotta know, Steve. Anytime somebody's lacking an arm like that or a leg, I want to hear the story.
Lieutenant dying. Those were legs, yeah. But Carmen's like, that wasn't scary. Dude, you almost peed your pants.
And so, Ned's like, kids want to get a little sauced up on this gin. And the kids still don't want to drink, which baffles him, except Kenny, who he's like, fuck that fucking pussy shit. He starts taking a couple sips off of the gas can. And Ned and Jimbo love that, Steve. That's right up their alley. Like, this kid's fucking cool.
You're a dirty little bastard. I'm a dirty little bastard too.
Yeah, Stan's getting jealous. So Cartman, none of these stories are really that scary, but he has a scary story. And it's about this monster called Skizabit, Steve. Skizabit. And he kills people, and he adds pieces of these people to his deformed body to sort of, complete the set. And some of the things that are weird about him, he weaves baskets. That's kind of strange. And one of his legs is Step by Step celebrity dad Patrick Duffy, Steve.
Yeah, where his leg is supposed to be. And his left arm, instead of a hand, he has a piece of celery.
Yeah. Seems like bullshit, and the kids call him on it. Carmen's like, picking skids a bit. He's real. But, just then, while everybody's discussing whether or not Scuzzlebutt's a real thing or not, this mountain that they're on keeps shaking, Steve. Just keeps jostling, earthquaking a little bit. They don't really seem fazed by it, but it keeps happening a little bit more. So, to sort of alleviate the tension in the camp, they start singing Kumbaya, Steve.
Kumbaya, my lord, Kumbaya.
Brings Ned to tears.
And the next day, Stan wakes up trying to figure out where everybody was. Then Kyle gives him the rundown. Like, man, Jimbo, he took Kenny out fishing. Like, this is supposed to be my camping trip. Kyle's like, want to know what I think?
Oh, yeah. Hell yeah. That's exactly what I think about camping. So Stan, he's just getting up in his feelings about this. He wants to hang out with his uncle, but Kenny is, and we see what they're doing. They're grenade fishing, Steve. That sounds like a great time.
Smells like a lot of dead fish, but they realize Cartman's missing too. He's like, hey, Uncle Jimbo, Cartman's missing. Who, the fat kid?
Yeah. And Carmen's missing because he got pissed off that they didn't believe him about Scuzzlebutt or get scared by his story. So now he's hiding and he's dressed like his version of Scuzzlebutt. And that's where he's at. He is missing technically. So now we cut to, sorry, go ahead.
So Stan, already in his feels, he overhears Uncle Jimbo saying, I don't think I've met a kid as cool as you, Kenny. I want to make you my honorary nephew.
Stan's just like, God damn it. Small tear goes down his cheek. Cut to a news conference, and South Park's gathered for this volcano disaster. And it's a trashy town. They're kind of like arguing about stuff. They know there's people up on the mountain. But I love that the mayor she's making like these like disaster announcements, but she's like, I need another take.
Yeah.
Let me get in character again.
And I must say, I don't know if we're supposed to know that Randy is Stan's dad at this point, because Randy is pretty nonchalant for a kid that's about to face a natural disaster.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I don't know if they mention it's his dad or not. I mean, we're only 2 episodes in, so but they probably haven't.
Yeah.
But now we cut to the mountain itself. Everybody's looking for Cartman and noticing there's no animals out, Steve. It's kind of weird, right? We're in the wilderness. Where all the foxes and birds at?
And all of a sudden, Earth starts moving and they see a ram. It's coming right after us. And then Cartman shows up. He's like, "Hey, I'm Scuzzlebutt." So they start aiming at him. Like, we can make a killing off this thing.
Yeah, I like the idea. Once you know that Ned and Jimbo just they're out to kill anything that moves. I don't think this is the best idea, Eric. Revise the idea a little bit. Make a scarecrow.
Because they actually shoot at him, and Cartman literally dodges the bullet. What the hell, guys?
And then he just runs up the hill, Steve, in his and never takes the suit off.
And now they're going on a manhunt. Like, we cut back to the news report, and there's a change of plans. So instead of going up the mountain, they decide to dig a trench so that the lava can just flow without like destroying the city.
It's going to divert the lava. The city will be safe, and they don't got to climb up that fucking mountain, Steve. You know what I'm saying? So problem kind of solved. But then we do cut up to the mountain. Eric's still running up it to get away from Ned and Jimbo and everybody with the gun. And it's like, take the fucking costume off. But he gets to a cave. And now Stan, because he's got FOMO and wants to think, he wants his uncle to think he's cool. He's like, I'll take point. He's Sheen in Platoon, Steve. He doesn't give a fuck anymore.
And back to the news report, Bar Brady, that he said that there's chances of us finding lava the higher they get. But first, you got to watch this educational video, courtesy of Mr. Garrison. And without the video for volcano safety, or with a video for volcano safety, and they show like this old-timey 1950s family. They talk about the father, the mother, the son, but the daughter, Jane, she has the bright idea. Whenever a volcano's on the way, just duck and cover.
So what will you do if you hear a volcano erupting? That's right. Duck and cover. It's very 50s. It is very 50s PSA.
That's the most ridiculous load of big crap I've ever seen.
he ain't, Chef ain't into it, but duck and cover, Steve. Nuclear bomb goes off, cool. Volcano erupts, you're good. Shit, if a tornado goes, I feel like that's what they told us to do in Ohio. Duck and cover.
Yeah, that thing is wiping us up.
Yeah. Cut back to the mountain now. And Stan has Cartman / Scuzzlebutt in his crosshairs.
Come on, Stan.
Fucking, he just can't do it, man. And also, this is like a Bigfoot situation. Don't you want to keep this thing alive?
Man,
bring a carcass down the hill.
Finally, Cartman squeezes out of that Scuzzlebutt costume, and while he's doing that, the volcano goes off, and a lava ball lands on Kenny. It's like, no, Kenny's all right. But then the fireball rolls over him.
And then rats take him, Steve, which that was the thing. He just gets taken off by rats. So Kenny's dead. And that lava's coming right for him, Steve. You can't shoot it. So they're running down the hill and they get to the bottom. But unfortunately, that trench that Randy told him to build is cutting them off. So now they're stuck, Steve.
Yeah. And all of a sudden, here we go. Scuzzlebutt. 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 He finally appears and he approaches them. He's like, man, wow. Scuzzlebutt's real? And Cartman's like, wait, it's real?
Yeah. And it's 100% what Cartman said. He's got a celery arm. He's got Patrick Duffy for a fucking leg. It's the whole thing, Steve. He's giant. And to add to the authenticity, he pulls a tree down, weaves a basket out of it, Steve, a human-sized basket, so he can put them on a stick and get them right over that trench, just like he does, Steve. Scuzzlebutt saves the day.
Yeah.
With
And
basket weaving. That's the only time it's ever going to happen.
and we find out Kenny's actually okay.
Yeah, okay. Hell yeah. And we also find out that Chef has a song about hot lava. Every time we make love, hot lava. It's fucking awesome.
Love is so hot it makes me sweat.
Loving so hot it makes me sick. So everyone's safe, kids safe, lava diverted. The mayor actually even extends a hand of friendship to Scuzzlebutt. And right as they're making contact, Stan just blows Scuzzlebutt's brains out. He finally gets the courage up at the wrong time, Steve, but job done. Scuzzlebutt steaks on the grill tonight, care of Stan Marsh.
And Jimbo tells him, you shouldn't have done that. Some things you kill and some things you don't. I'll never use a gun again. Ned drops the gun and it inadvertently shoots Kenny. Finally, not finally, but this time he's killed.
Yeah. And I think the only message that they walk away with at the end of this, they don't understand any of it other than cartoons kick ass. That's it.
Let's play video games, guys.
Yeah. But great episode. I remember this episode and loved Ned and Jimbo. I forgot about them as characters, and anybody who's got this is comedy gold.
And just like CB4, and I love watching the old animation. It's very nostalgic when they were at the bare bones, man, using construction paper.
Frame by frame animating it themselves too, which you don't realize how insanely time consuming that is.
Yeah.
24 clicks is 1 second, Steve. I mean, just to think about that and just using, I can't do it. I can't, my mind doesn't work like that. I would give up.
It just speaks on the brilliance of Matt and Trey, man. But in 1999, Universal Soldier: The Return premieres. The Universal Soldiers must fight the whole army when the military supercomputer Seth gets out of control. Directed by Mike Rogers, starring Jean-Claude Van Damme, Michael Jai White, Kiana Tom, Daniel Van Bergen, and Goldberg.
It ain't a good movie, Steve, but I love this movie.
You do?
Yeah, hell yeah. I mean, it's not good. It's a bad follow-up to a great action movie from the, I think, 80s or early 90s.
That we covered.
But yeah, the thing I love about it, Michael Jai White. This movie shows you why he should be in every action movie. This dude is the only reason it's a good movie at all, to be honest.
When does he show up? Because I didn't make it to Michael Jai White. I don't recall seeing him.
He's like mid to the end. He's like the big bad.
Oh,
because he's like the one that he's the perfect Universal Soldier, basically. So you get a lot of cool action at the end with him and JCVD.
Oh,
but yeah, so I would definitely recommend watching to the end because that's where it kind of comes together a little bit. But I get it because most of it's just sort of like shitty comedy, mostly involving Bill Goldberg going like, "Oh shit," and then getting hit by a truck or something. It's just not that great.
yeah, there's a lot of shit, and I couldn't press forward, man. I couldn't keep going. I just gave up. And it's like, oh, new episode of Real Housewives.
I just remember when because this came out, what was this, 99?
99.
Yeah, so like this was in the height of WCW and stuff, and obviously Goldberg's in this, so we got a lot of heat on that. So I was just excited to see like a wrestler in a movie with Jean-Claude.
Yeah.
And I think I knew who Michael Jai White was because Spawn was before this.
Right.
But yeah, I mean, those were the reasons I watched it. It's not a good movie, but there are good parts of it, especially anything with Michael Jai White at the end, dude. He was such a badass in this movie.
Well, what are the callbacks for the week?
I just finished watching the newest season of X-Men 97, man. And I brought it up a couple of times on this show, just like to give it props. Still, man, it's one of the few things where it's like I feel like they're doing like everything that they can and should to pay homage to something that we loved as kids from the 90s. And I just am super thrilled about that. It's awesome. It's probably, to me, other than like the original Spider-Man couple, like first two Spider-Man movies and first two X-Men movies, the best thing Marvel's ever done.
The best thing
is like, especially modern Marvel, one of the best things that they've ever done. It's perfect X-Men shit, in my opinion, man. It's really good.
I thought you said the best. I was like, whoa.
I mean, there's a lot of good. I mean, they've been flubbing a lot. But as far as like, especially newer things that Marvel's done and on TV to boot, man, it's so good. And the fact that they're not fucking up something that I love so much from the 90s is just sort of makes me, have a little bit of hope about it. But that's it. Just a little props to X-Men 97. What about you, Steve?
Man, I forgot to mention in 1999, Teaching Mrs. Tingle premiered, and yeah, you didn't like it. It was all right. I mean, I like
Katie Holmes. I like Katie Holmes because she's from Toledo.
Yeah.
I like that Helen Mirren's in it. It's crazy she's in it and she's good in this movie, but yeah, I don't know. It's not one of my favorites.
And I'm a fan of Helen Mirren's titties.
Yeah, me too.
And see, I liked it because of that, all of the above, but also like they had a teacher get fired. And I'm not the type of person that likes playing with people's employment, but some of those teachers we had in Perrysburg, if I was responsible for them losing their job, John Henline, I would be elated. I would actually celebrate, treat myself to some Frisch's Big Boy, get that, what was it, the Big Boy Classic with the fries and the milkshake,
I'd go to Frickers, have a couple of wings, watch a game, just give each other high fives. That's the one part about the movie that I loved, which was they're trying to either kill or kidnap a teacher they hate, which I can fully get behind that.
I like either option.
Yeah. I mean, I think at first maybe it was a kill thing, and then there's just sort of Suicide Kings where you got this bitch tied up for a while, and she's talking shit.
Yeah. Just,
with them big ass titties.
Yeah, just don't kill them titties. But please like, share, subscribe, and comment. Please tell your sister she should let me come right on her ass. Dun, 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 dun. Check out Food Show Fanatics as well as Crushgasm on Wednesdays, our guy Clark the Shark on Podcastle, and Wrestling with Ronzilla on TikTok. This is Steve G and Mad G with
in the 90s.
Put it in my mouth.
She says put it in her mouth. I mean her motherfucking mouth.